Hi everyone. Now what we're going to look at today is actually a release into somewhere or a part of your body that you wouldn't think we would be looking at, and that's your pelvic floor, the floor of the pelvis. This is a lovely technique that I did recently with Jill Miller on her workshop, and we're going to be using the squidgy ball. Now this is her gorgeous ball, but you can use a blow-up Pilates or stability ball. You will also need something to elevate you up off the ground. I'm using this yoga block. You might have some books, or you might also be able to do it on a stool. Now, the floor of your pelvis, there are many muscles in there. It's not just one. And we're going to, when we're sitting on the ball, think about it. It's kind of like a diamond shape. So at the top here, we would have our pubic bone. Down at the bottom is our coccyx or tailbone, and then the two sides of the diamond are our two sitting bones. So those are going to be our four bony markers that we're going to think about. We then obviously have a few exit holes within the floor of the pelvis, maybe two or maybe three. Now, why are we looking into this area? Well, a couple of reasons. Dancing wise, because it has a real close continuation with our turnout muscles. So our deep hip rotators, so thinking muscles like obturator and turnus, blend in fascially with the back of the pelvic floor. And if we're in turnout a lot of the time, we can find we over-recruit this area and it becomes hypertonic, so too much tone. The pelvic floor is also one of our horizontal diaphragms of the body. So we have here a horizontal diaphragm, we've got our breathing diaphragm, the entrance here in our thoracic inlet. We also have throat area, tentorium, and interestingly, also the soles of our feet. So they all speak to each other as well. And tension within the pelvic floor can also affect tension within our throat and voice. So any of you singers out there, you also probably want to have a check-in with this too. So what we'll do, we might just have a very simple check-in. What does my turnout feel like? So you might want to check in with frog position. You might want to do a supine, retire feeling, maybe a développé. See what your turnout feels like here. I know for myself, when I do this, I have high hamstring tension on one side, and it really feels like it sits around my sitting bones. So I always like to check in here with a forward fold, because I know then I can feel this pull around my sitting bone. You will want to do this clothed, so maybe through your knickers or yoga tights I'm going to show today. We're going to pop the ball on the on my yoga block here, and then I'm going to come and sit on top of it. Now you want to have a sense of it being quite nice and wide. And again, my ball's probably blown up to about 70–80%. You probably don't initially want it being full blown and quite firm. So once you're sitting on here, just see if you can relax in and connect with the ball. Remember, whenever you do ball work, it's an introduction. Hello, Sally. Hello, ball. Slowly starting to calm. I'm going to then get you to do just a little move around your diamond. So you're going to go tilting to the front, pubic bone, tilt to the back, tail. And just notice as you go, what does the tension feel like? Now, I don't mind saying here, I know I have hypertonicity at the back part of my pelvic floor, and especially over towards the right side. And this is what gives me this high hamstring pain and tightness. So when I roll back towards my tail, it feels more grippy. When I come forwards, it feels a lot more open and free. Then I'm going to rock side to side. And again, I'm feeling from one sit bone to the other. Can I feel a difference here? And again, it does. When I go to my left, it just feels quite free and glidey. When I come over to my right, it just feels a bit sticky, like I'm pushing into sludge. So technique-wise then, We're going to start off breathing in and out. And just noticing, as I inhale, can I feel my pelvic floor drop onto the ball? As I exhale, can I feel it naturally lift? Inhale, drop. Exhale, lift. Your next level of awareness would be in that diamond shape. Is it opening evenly? And when it lifts up, is it rotating or is it coming in, sliding and joining up together? And no, mine doesn't feel symmetrical at all. It feels quite open and expansive on the left-hand side. On the right, it's just a bit, what are we doing here? Then again, you might want to spend some time here. We can then work with contract, relax. So we're going to then draw the pelvic floor in and up. And you might almost feel like you're sucking the ball up. And then really relax and spread. So we draw the ball together and up. Relax and spread. And again, how active are your muscles trying to grab the ball? So once again, if I feel into myself, my left side feels like it scoops and lifts against the ball quite nicely, relaxes against the ball. My right side, it's like grabbing it for dear life. It's like really scooping the ball up. So am I able to calm it down a little bit? Then again, just racing through this to give you the techniques, we can then come into some fascial releasing, some massage. So I'm just scooping right and left. We can then go forwards and back. You can do whole circles around the base of your diamond. I mean, it's really nice and gentle here. It's a lovely start to pelvic floor work. I might, for myself, want to add a little bit of scrape more onto the right side. So a bit more focus here. Or I might put tension on the right and then go forwards and back. For some of you, again, you might note the difference in tone in your voice as your pelvic floor starts to release. You then want to have a recheck-in. So let's see, what does contraction feel like? So as I draw together and lift, that kind of feeling. Does that feel like it is a bit more symmetrical? Good. All right. And then the all-important check-in afterwards. So we always want to make sure like we've made a difference in our system. So maybe check in again with frog. Does that feel different? Yep, for me it does. And then I'm going to check in. Does my, yeah, that feels vastly different. Retire. Whatever it was that was a check-in for you, that was relevant for you. Forward fold. Amazing. Pain gone. So then once I've released and I'm like, okay, this is feeling a lot better, I then want to do some meaningful motion, some meaningful movement. So if I'm dancing, I probably want to then bring that into pliés, retire, work my turnout with this new awareness. If I'm doing training, I then want to bring it into my squats, maybe my single leg squats, pendulas, deadlifts. So we've created this space. We then want to use it so that the nervous system knows that this is safe for us to be working with this extra range. So here we go. It's a longer video, but I hope you find this useful. I know, again, I've been giving this a lot to both my male and female clients in clinic, where we need to work on getting better pelvic floor function.